Welcome to Jacksonville. As we start a new tradition on the First Coast, it's High School 912 Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. You're looking live at Jane Grove Stadium on the campus of the Episcopal School of Jacksonville for a huge day of high school lacrosse. Hello, everybody. I'm Joel Lamb, joined by Becca Milnarchek and Lee Roggenberg. And everybody, this is a huge day of lacrosse. 4 great games starting here with Ponte Vedra and Bartram Trail. And then we will have 3 other great games. Becca, the first game, though, the 2 powerhouses in girls lacrosse in the state of Florida.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. You know, the rivalry has gone on for years and years, as long as I can remember, and both teams are always contenders for the state championship each year, so I think we're going to have a great game here. The
second game will feature 2 of the rising girls' powers in Episcopal and St. Augustine, and then Providence and Episcopal will start the boys' action at 6 o'clock. And then at 8:30, we have the rivalry of, or excuse me, at 6:30, we have the rivalry of all rivalries with Creekside and Ponte Vedra. And Lee, this event benefiting Jacksonville High School 912, it's a big day for lacrosse because it's really shown that the growth of the sport in the state has really taken hold here in Northeast Florida.
So true. For many years now, the sport has gained a foothold in the state. It has continued to grow throughout the state. This is one of the areas that actually got into it a little bit earlier than some of the other parts of the state. But the beauty about an event like this is not only does it show what can be done in other areas of the state, and hopefully people watching will sort of take a hint from this and look at it, but it's also a celebration of the sport itself. This is a sport that is pretty much beloved by those who play it, who watch it, who participate in it. And it's great that the rest of the viewing audience can be able to sort of see, even if you're not a lacrosse buff, this is what it is. You're going to be able to see and have a great time here today.
We've got 4 great games. We'll be starting Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. Coming up, it's Bartram Trail and Ponte Vedra getting set, the 2 top teams in Northeast Florida. We are back as Rivalry on the River, presented by Train, Bartram Trail, and Ponte Vedra getting set for our opening contest here of this quadruple header of lacrosse. 2 of the top girls teams facing off here as we pause for a moment for the national anthem. We are live at Jane Grove Stadium on the Episcopal School of Jacksonville. Joel Lamp and Becca Milnarchek here. And we get set. It's the Ponte Vedra starting lineup presented by Bono's Barbecue. We see Anna Torvaletti at midfield. Tori Bray in the defense. Sammy Lowinger in midfield. We'll see Kenzie Conway on the defense. Trish Bowser in the midfield. Sarah James on the back end. Katie Stout on the attack. Eliza Lewin on defense. Taylor Rocha is one of the stars to watch on the attack, and Megan Rollison in the midfield. She's one of the key players to get everybody in position. For Bartram Trail, the Bears coming in with a 12-1 record, having won 8 in a row. Their lineup brought to you by our friends at Bono's Barbecue. In the midfield, we'll see the sisters Marina Dean and Aubrey Dean. On the backside, we'll see Chloe Pender. Defensively, we'll see Emily Roberts and Margaret Detloff. Ryan Frechette, we'll be saying that name an awfully lot today. She only has 82 goals on the season. On defense, we'll also see Sarah Valentino and Mariah Zakaris. Well, Maggie Bennett and Izzy DeFato will make up the other part of the Bartram Trail attack. And Becca, this Bartram Trail team likes to score a lot of goals, 20-plus goals in 6 of the last 8 games.
Yeah, their attack has been on fire. Ryan Frechette leading that attack. It'll be interesting to see how Ponte Vedra holds up in their defense against their attack today.
Ponte Vedra head coach Jen Conway in her second year as head coach. She has been with the program for 5 years. Her team is 7-3. They lost their last outing to #1 Lake Highland Prep just 48 hours ago. They lost 16-10. The head coach for Bartram Trail is Megan Jakowiak, in her 11th year as the head coach of the Bears. She has possibly one of her best teams. They are 12-1, ranked number 3 in Class 2A and number 12 nationally. Here we go, our opening draw. We're going to see Izzy DeFato in the circle for Bartram Trail, or excuse me, Megan Rollison for Ponte Vedra. And she will go up against DeFato. We get set. And they lock sticks at midfield, and we are underway. Rivalry on the River, presented by Train, and it is DeFato from Bartram Trail with the opening draw control. And we'll see what the Bears do here early. Moving it quickly. This is Marina Dean. She gets inside and is bumped. She'll get a position, and let's see if she takes the shot here from the edge of the penalty box. She rolls in, kicks it back out, and Bartram Trail will reset. From the X position, working behind the goal, this is Maddie Stevens. Maggie Bennett with the ball. She gets a free position, a free run at the goal here. She will pull it back out behind the goal and reset. Finds a cutting Ryan Frechette with her first shot of the game, and it goes, misses the cage, and a big stop there by Ponte Vedra. That the Sharks dodge a bullet there, Becca.
Yeah, Ryan Frechette doesn't miss often, so they got lucky on that one. Hopefully they can make the most of it.
Ponte Vedra moving it up the field, trying to clear the ball. It is out rolling along the far sideline. The Sharks were able to save it inbounds. They go, the shot, big save, great save by Maddie Stevens in goal. And the Bears are going to race up the field. Great check from behind, though, by Anna Terabaletti. And here come the Sharks on the break, and they can't complete the pass, slowing it down. This is Sammy Lowinger. Lowinger got bumped, and we are back to action quickly. She's going right to the crease. A whistle. Maybe in her shooting range. A quick stoppage here, and she'll get a... Now, what do you do here if you're Sammy Lowinger?
I'm looking at the open net. I'm not looking at Maddie Stevens. Beautiful goal.
She shoots, takes 2 steps, and scores. Lowinger on the board with her first goal of the day. She now has 16 on the season.
Shot placement is going to be key for both teams today. They're not going to get that many chances. They got to make them count when they get them.
Lowinger, one of 5 Sharks, in double figures. Watch this replay. She takes a quick sprint and gets a great shot, goes to the top right and beats Maddie Stevens, who had come up big on the first possession. It's 1-0 Sharks on the board here. 23-24 to go in the opening half here. 2 halves in the girls' game. Referee having a little chat with a couple of the ladies. Make sure they're They understand what's happening coming out of this draw control here. It's DeFato and Rollison. From the spot, it goes flying up, and it's controlled by Bartram. Lily Darnell with it. She works along the far side. Bartram Trail taking their time here, slowly here. Marina Dean with it now for the moment. Gets a screen, doesn't use it, rolls, gets an opening, gets double team. Nice job by the Sharks defense. Tip from behind, she was going to the goal, and it looked like she had a step on the defender, and now she is just 10 yards away. She goes out to the top of the penalty zone. Races in, shot low, big save. She went low, and Courtney Roush stoned her there.
Looks like a player on Ponte Vedra stepped into the crease. Bartram Trail is going to get the ball back on that one. They got lucky there.
Great stop there. Dean got pushed into the crease, and Bartram Trail will retain possession. Tough break for the Sharks. They got the save. And now, here we go. Back in action. Maggie Bennett, one of the team captains for the Bears, with it behind the goal. Back around. This is Izzy DeFato. She gets to the front of the cage. Spins, shoots, scores. There was a penalty about to come. She shook it off and gets the goal.
Beautiful goal by Izzy DeFato. You're going to see a lot of her today. Her and Maggie Bennett working together down low. Good dynamic duo for the Bears.
She shook off the shot to the head, goes cross crease, gets her first goal. We are tied at 1 now. DeFato with now her 27th goal of the season. For a high-scoring team like this, she's been missed a lot of action due to quarantines, something that everybody has had to deal with all season.
Yes.
You can be sitting in the wrong seat in the classroom, and that'll cost you 2 weeks.
Yep.
It's DeFato and Taraboletti on the draw this time. And there's a shove, and it'll be Ponte Vedra getting the draw control here. Eliza Lewin wins the ground ball.
A card on number 10, Ryan Frechette, for a check to the head. That's going to hurt the Bears. She'll be out for 2 minutes.
A 2-minute penalty here. So, extra person opportunity for Ponte Vedra in a 1-1 game. Now, if they score the goal, does she come back out?
Nope, she has to. In girls lacrosse, you have to serve the full 2-minute penalty.
Perfect.
So they can continue to score as long as she's in there.
No. If they're detaining the whole time, you have to tell them.
22-11 as Frechette gets a few words with the coaching staff as she sits in the sin bin. This is Pearson Shuker. Inside. They're moving the ball around well. Anna Taraboletti, near side. This is Shuker. Up top. She passed it to a pump faking.
Looks like it'll be a shooting space on the Bears.
Yep.
Defender cannot stand in front of an attacker when she's about to shoot.
Trish Balser looked like she was about to pull the trigger on that shot. She's now got it at the top of the penalty crease. Raises
Beautiful
in,
goal.
she shoots and scores.
Ponte Vedra's attack looks good. They're moving the ball quick. That's probably the easiest and only way to beat that Bartram defense. You have to move the ball quickly in order to get those goals.
Watch this replay. She races in, goes low, and beats Roush low and to the right side. And it's a 2-1 lead now for Bartram Trail. And this has now become a really big draw for the Bears. Balser with her first goal of the game, her 13th of the season. 2-1 your score. 21:48 to go in the first half.
Ponte Vedra by number 8, Trish Balser.
Terrible Eddie and DeFato locking sticks again at midfield here for the draw. Another win for Terrible Eddie. She's gotten the last two, and the Sharks come racing up the field. Terrible Eddie's going to take it herself into the penalty area. She'll pull it back out. This is Taylor Rocha. Back to Terrible Eddie. A little loose on the passes, little nerves here early. The pass by Shuker was over the middle, and it looked like she was trying to hit Lowinger, and instead it'll be a turnover, and Bartram Trail with possession here. Big stop for the Bears here with 21:19 to go in the opening half.
This will be crucial for them to hold on to the ball here for the remainder of Ryan Frichette's penalty. You don't want to give Ponte Vedra another chance to get another goal up on you.
Marina Dean gets it across midfield. She's racing up the field now. Inside the offensive end, and she's going to draw the tripping call. Looked like that was on Terrible Eddie. Marina Dean, the midfielder. She's a junior. She'll restart it here with 21 minutes to go. Here's that trip. Maybe not so much. A little incidental contact, maybe. Dean with it. Along the far side, this is DeFato. She will slowly walk around and eat up the rest of this time here. Back to Dean. Her and DeFato are going to play catch as they try to kill off this penalty. Now Ponte Vedra trying to apply pressure. They're going to double team. Nice move by DeFato to avoid the double team there. Now she's back in space a little bit. Got a screen from Dean. Over to Chloe Pender. Pender to Sarah Valentino. First time we've called her name out. Valentino, one of the attack stars for Bartram Trail. And they lose the handle.
Ryan Frichette going back in for the Bears here. Even strength now.
So Bartram Trail kills off the penalty, and Megan Rollison starts it back up, and they will get it all the way back to the goalie and move it around the field here. For those of you joining us on TV, the yellow lines are the boundaries for the girls' game. Near side, this is Anna Terribaletti, and the Sharks trying to go and attack. This is Lowinger. She can't get a hold of it. Nobody can. The only person that can get it on her stick is Chloe Pender, and she gets immediately double teamed, ridden hard, and there's a yellow card. This one's on Ponte Vedra's number 3, Sammy Lowinger.
Bartram Trail get their chance here, try to get a couple goals back. Hopefully they can make the most of this opportunity.
19:25 to go in the first half. We've seen 2 yellow card penalties here in the first 5 minutes. Let's see here if Ponte Vedra can kill this off, and more importantly, can Bartram Trail take advantage? Ponte Vedra got a goal on their power play. Let's see if Bartram Trail can get the equalizer here.
Yep, like I said, possession of the ball, crisp passing is going to be important. You don't want to make any silly mistakes and miss this opportunity.
The one thing it seems like we've seen a little bit is a little bit of nerves. The passes
For sure.
aren't just as crisp today. A little bit more added pressure. It's a big rivalry. Obviously, this game means a lot to both teams.
Yes.
And you've played in this rivalry. This game means a little bit more, doesn't it?
It does. It means more than some of the regular season games. You're playing against friends that you grew up with, and there's a lot of pressure riding on it. Playing on the turf is different. Neither of these teams is used to the bounce of the ball. So a couple of different elements here today.
The Bartram Trail Bears with possession in their road blacks. This is Marina Dean. She gets it across midfield, finds a hole, slips through 3 defenders, and now she's into the offensive third. Sarah Valentino slowly walking it around. Now they're going to start to set up their power play offense. Marina Dean with it here. Goal line extended. Behind the goal, there's a whistle. And it looks like Ponte Vedra tries to sneak an extra defender in there. So that'll be that extra defender gets pulled out, and now the Bears go to work. Coming from behind was Maggie Bennett. She gets double teamed. Ponte Vedra applying the pressure behind the goal. Bennett gets it out and gets it swung up top to Chloe Pender. Working it around Valentino to Marina Dean. A minute gone by almost now in that penalty. Bartram Trail taking their time here. This is Ryan Frechette. Great defense there by Eliza Lewin. Keeping Frechette in front of her. Nice job. Frechette still holding on to it. A minute and a half almost gone by now in the power play. And Frechette has now gone completely around the goal. And she gives it up. Marina Dean has it now from behind the goal. Looks, finds a cutting Izzy DeFato, who shoots
shot.
And scores. Give DeFato her second goal.
For Bartram Trails, number 23.
Give the assist to Marina Dean. And we've got a tie ball game.
With 17:56.
Beautiful ball movement by the Bears. Great feed from Marina to Izzy. Izzy being able to stay in front of that defender to have a clear look at the goal.
And Izzy takes a tumble. Great job of getting, embracing the contact.
Yep.
And still finishing the goal. 17:56 to go in the first half. We are tied at 2. About 30 seconds left on the power play. We'll see DeFato back in the middle against Taraboletti. Taraboletti, the sophomore, she's won 3 draws in a row. Tie game at 2. They lock sticks. The alternate official making sure that everybody's separated. A little too comfy and got a little too cozy there on the Ponte Vedra defensive end.
I think we're going to see a lot of that today, especially against Frechette. Ponte Vedra does not want to let her have the ball.
And you sure don't want to give it to her in space.
Nope.
They lock sticks. Here we go. High toss. And Izzy DeFato with it on the draw control. She's got 28 goals on the season now, 2 of them today. Marina Dean with it now. And she crosses the 20-yard line, goes to the 10. Now she sits on the outer edge of that crease.
Looks like Ponte Vedra here has decided to face guard Ryan Frechette. Like I said, they don't want to let her have the ball, so they're pulling out one of their own defenders to face guard her. Not sure if that's a smart move on or not. We'll see.
One of Ponte Vedra's players ran into the crease as DeFato was about to make a move. You mentioned the Frechette face guard. Right there, DeFato getting loose was part of that. So we'll see if Izzy's able to continue to have a big day as this one develops. They slow this one down. Where Frechette is getting hounded. She's getting double teamed. She's trying to run through screens, and she is just getting whacked.
Yeah, the Bears here, we need some more movement from their other players. Looks like they're watching Frechette a little bit. We need to get some movement, try to get open here.
Frechette, though, draws the foul. She'll get a position spot here at the 14-yard line. She'll pull it back out, and now she's immediately hounded by Eliza Lewin. Izzy DeFato with the shot. No good. Big save there by Roush. Back inside. This is Marina Dean. She gets inside.
Looks like we'll have another yellow card against Ponte Vedra.
Another penalty to the head. There'll be a shot to the head. Megan Rollison draws the 2-minute penalty. Yellow card. I tell you what, you come in the crease against both of these teams, and you better be prepared for contact because they do a great job on surrounding the goal and not giving up easy shots.
Yeah, both defenses are tough, and people like to say girls lacrosse is a non-contact sport, but as you've seen so far, that is far from it.
There's going to be a lot of bruises as this one develops throughout the day.
Yep. Both teams need to be careful with the yellow cards in the girls' game. If you get 5, you're down a player for the rest of the game, so you need to monitor that.
Marina Dean starts it back up. This is DeFato. Got double teamed, and it's taken away. The Sharks get a steal. Racing up the field here is Trish Balser. Balser flips it up ahead. This is Pearson Shuker. And now Ponte Vedra thought about trying to go for the break, but then decides to hold it up and try to kill off this penalty. Shuker, near side. That was Tori Balser, number 19. Her sister Trish is number 8.
3 seconds call there on the Bears. Girls lacrosse in the 8-meter. If you're a defender, you have to be on an attacker within 3 seconds, or you get that penalty call there.
So now Ponte Vedra gets it back started again. Pearson Shuker. Ponte Vedra slowly just milking time here, trying to kill off this penalty. Tori Balser with the ball here at the 20-yard line and just looking around before it looks like Marina Dean wants to come pressure just a little bit.
There's no shot clock in the girls' game, so Ponte Vedra smart here in pulling the ball out, trying to hold it, like you said, run off that penalty.
Anna Taraboletti along the far side. Trish Balser. Little practice passing here as they work it around the perimeter. This is Taylor Rocha behind the goal. Near side to Tori Balser. Tori the sophomore, Trish the senior. There's a whistle. Maybe another 3-second call.
That one might have been a shooting space. Ponte Vedra has the free position here on the 8-meter. Looks like we're at even strength now.
Even strength and a big stop. The shot by Tori Balser is stoned right there by Maddie Stevens. Loose ball. Taylor Rocha with it. And we're all even strength now. In the middle, it's Lowinger straight out of the penalty box.
Another yellow card on the Bears.
Watch this save again by Maddie Stevens. Just zoned her. Oh, what a big save right there by Stevens.
Looks like that yellow card's going to be on Margaret Detloff. I believe a check to the head. Each team with 2 yellow cards.
So Detloff in the penalty area for 2 minutes. Sammy Lowinger now from the 10-meter crease. Saw the two defenders and pulled it right back out. This is Trish Balser. Far side to Taraboletti. This is Tori Balser. Pearson Shuker taking her time, slowly moving it. 13:51 to go here in the first half. We are tied at 2. Lowinger in the middle, gets out of the jam. Back out to Shuker. They keep driving. They can't find a hole. Into the middle, there was an opening for just a moment for Trish Balser. They couldn't complete the pass. Looking inside, nothing there. Shooting foul in the shooting space. Tori Balser was lined up to shoot and got a defender in her face. It'll be a foul, and now another opportunity. She'll go into the middle. Tries to beat Maddie Stevens and does.
And that's a goal.
Beautiful goal by Ponte Vedra. The way Bartram Trail plays defense, I think we're going to see a lot of those shooting space calls today. Hopefully it doesn't continue to hurt them like that last one did. This could be huge.
13:10 to go in the first half, and we will take our first timeout. Immediate timeout with 13:10 to go first half. Ponte Vedra goes on top 3-2. We'll take a break and return. It's Rivalry on the River, presented by Train.
Jacksonville in the first coast by Chris Shakespeare and our team. We focus on bringing our holistic approach to guideline coaching.
Scenic Jacksonville Beach, a beautiful day out along the Atlantic Ocean today. Beautiful day here for girls lacrosse, the Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. We get set for return to action. It's Ponte Vedra leading Bartram Trail 3-2. Ponte Vedra head coach Jen Conway's team just retaking the lead off a big goal by Tori Balser. It's 13:10 to go in the opening half. Joel Lampin, Emily Malarchek, and Emily, a lot of opportunities. A very physical game here early, and right now it's played into Ponte Vedra's hand so far.
Yeah, both teams will continue to have to be physical. You know, we call it a battle for a reason, and the refs are calling a good game both ways.
We'll have a redraw here. Change at the spot as we see Ryan Frechette in the at the draw.
Clock's running. It should not be ready. It's taken away from the penalty. Ref, check the clock. 20 seconds.
Frechette loses the draw. The Sharks will race up the field. Sammy Lowinger races into the 8-meter, pulls it back out, and Ponte Vedra will reset. Going on the attack, this is Tori Balser.
Beautiful
takes
save.
a shot. Boy, Maddie Stevens has played a whale of a first half so far. Her third save of the opening half.
She's holding it down for the Bears, and that defense, they're missing Margaret Detloff right now, still serving that 2-minute penalty.
The Bears now trying to clear and also kill off the penalty. Full field pressure applied here by Ponte Vedra, and they will get possession. A foul called on the Bears. Here come the Sharks once again. Moving the ball quickly, looking inside. Thought they had an opening, did not. This is up top. This is Tori Balser. Splits the double team, races in, shot, score. Tori Balser races in from the top of the 8-meter, split the double team. Great move there.
Beautiful down low shot. I don't think Maddie Stevens had an idea where that was coming from. Looks very similar to the ones we'll see in the boys' game. Shots like that you don't see often in the girls' game, so that was great.
Maddie Stevens has been all over most of the goals here early, or most of the shots here early, but Balser was able to slip that one through. And now the Sharks have a little breathing room, taking advantage of the penalty. It's 4-2.
Looks like the Bears are switching it up here a little bit. We'll see Frechette taking the draw instead of DeFato, pushing DeFato back to the defensive end.
We saw Frechette try to get the draw the last time. She will be going up against Tori Balser, it looks like. Balser on fire now. She scored 2 goals. She's got 19 on the season. They lock sticks, opening Draw controlled by Tori Balser. Who else? She races inside the 12-meter. Great poke from behind. Will Bartram Trail be able to create the turnover? No. Sammy Lowinger with it.
Ponte Vedra's on the ball today. They want the ground balls. They're getting them.
Trish Balser got a great pass from Lowinger. Cocked it to shoot, draws the shooting foul. And now she's at the edge of the 8 meters. Races in, shot low, but it goes wide. Maddie Stevens has forced them to go to a low mentality on the shots, and that one is well wide. 11 minutes to go in the first half. It's 4-2. An exciting first half here of action of Rivalry on the River. Up top, this is Anna Taraboletti. Looks inside, finds a shooting.
Wow. Shooting over those defenders there. Beautiful stick control.
Great job once again. That time it's Katie Stout with her first goal. She found a seam in the defense. Knocks it home. Who gave her that pass? That was a beautiful pass. Let's watch this again. She fights off 2 defenders, goes between her legs, gets it. And now Ponte Vedra rolling here a little bit. It's 5-2. It was tied at 2 a few minutes ago. And now the Sharks lead.
See Defato back on the draw. See if we can get some draw controls here for Bartram Trail.
Ponte Vedra leading in shots 8-4. Big draw control opportunity here. It's loose at midfield, and Bartram Trail will have possession. First time they had possession, seems like, in 6 minutes. Marina Dean with it now, racing into the offensive third.
One of the fastest players Bartram Trail has. She's incredible to watch run.
She's got a foul coming up. A whistle, let's see.
It's like another yellow card.
Another shot to the head. A third foul. This is going to be on Trish Balser. So she's out for 2 minutes. Bartram, though, has, if my memory serves me right, he's only converted on one of these penalty opportunities so far.
Correct, which is very unlike them. You know, speaks to the Ponte Vedra defense here and the Bears' inability to hold on to the ball. So this will be important.
You see Trish headed to the penalty box. Not a happy camper right now.
It's always hard getting a yellow card, especially in a game like this. You want to be out there on the field. You don't want to hurt your team in any way.
10:23 to go here in this opening half. Referee making sure he's got all his accounting in his book taken care of here. Sharks lead 5-2. 3 yellow cards now on Ponte Vedra, 2 on Bartram Trail at this point. This is Marina Dean with it at the 12-meter box to Ryan Frechette. Ponte Vedra has done a great job of keeping her quiet today. We've not said her name nearly enough. Frechette behind the goal. Spins, trying to create some opening, and draws a foul, it looks like, on Eliza Lewin. You got to give credit, though. Eliza Lewin has been the main defender on Frechette all day. Frechette gets into the middle, tries to get loose, gets double-teamed, forced out. Great defense by the Sharks. There is a swarm of Sharks loose. It's a Shark attack.
Yeah, it's a frenzy out there.
Let's see if the Bear can get a goal.
Beautiful
She does,
by
though.
Ryan Frechette. She's an incredible athlete, and although they're locking her off, she gets room, she's going to take it, just like she did in that goal there.
A great individual effort by Ryan Frechette. She literally took on the entire Ponte Vedra defense there to get the goal. Look at this. Come back in. She shoots and scores, and it is now a 5-3 ball game. Frechette with her 83rd goal of the season.
She's only a freshman. You don't see that often. She's a very rare, very special player, definitely a student of the game.
In talking with Coach Jakowick earlier this week, she was like, she doesn't play like a freshman.
She doesn't.
When she told me she had 82 goals, I was like, I wouldn't think she would have, she'd be playing like a freshman either. It's 5-3. Sharks lead by 2 now. 9:32 to go in the opening half.
Unlucky there on the draw control. Oh, it looks like Bartram Trail's getting it back. Given to Frechette.
Frechette now with the ball. As we will reset, reposition everybody, and we go back to action. 9:15 to go in the first half. Can the Bears claw back into it? Great job by Ponte Vedra there on the cutters. They look
Beautiful
great
shot by Maggie Bennett. She didn't have that much of an angle at all on that, wrapping her stick around the crease. I don't think the goalie was ready for that one.
It looked like Roush was setting up for the shot from Frechette. Instead, Maggie Bennett slips in from behind. Watch this. Slips in, gets the shot and the score. Roush wasn't quite ready for that one. She was focused on Frechette, and now it's a 5-4 ball game. 9:02 to go in this first half. The Bears have cut it back to 1. They trailed 5-2. It's been a back and forth affair so far. You can hear Coach Jackowick down on the sidelines. 40 seconds left on the power play. They've gotten 2 goals on this power play. After struggling on the first 2, they have taken full advantage of this one. Big draw control here if you're Ponte Vedra. It is loose, and the Sharks will get it. Megan Rollison got it to Anna Taraboletti, who will get it in the offensive third. She'll slow it down. Behind the goal, working around the Sharks, going on offense, and really now just trying to slow it down and kill off what's left of this penalty.
You can hear the Ponte Vedra sideline yelling for possession. It's going to be key. They don't want to let Bartram back in.
Lowinger with it, bounce pass. Don't see that often.
Looks like we're back at even strength now. The Ponte Vedra card has expired.
Pearson Shuker was looking to shoot as the penalty expired, draws the shooting foul, and will now be at the edge of the 8 meters. Races in, shot, big save by Maggie Stevens. Wow.
She's going to be crucial to this defense. She is keeping them in this game.
4
Amazing
saves. 4 saves for Stevens thus far on 9 Ponte Vedra shots. Ball loose in front of the cage. Slips to the back. There's a foul, and it's going to be...
Great hustle. Margaret Detloff getting that ball back for the Bears.
Here's the save. Watch this replay. Just stoned her. Boy, stick save and a beauty right there. 5-4 the score. 7.5 minutes to go. First half. There's Maddie Stevens bringing the ball up, and hey, after what she's done so far in this first half, heck, let her bring it all the way up. Here comes Marina Dean on the break. Gets it to Frechette, who had some space for a moment. Frechette goes to work, spins, gets inside, towards the crease, shoots and scores. We've got a tie ball game.
Ponte Vedra defense couldn't keep up with her there. Great stick skills, great footwork. She beat 2 defenders to get that goal. I think that's what she's going to continue to have to do throughout the game to keep getting goals for the Bears.
Watch this. She takes the bump, gets the shot off, goes to the net side of Courtney Roush and slips it past her, and we are tied at 5. We're going to have a timeout. Ponte Vedra is going to call a timeout here. We are tied at 5.
There's a timeout on the field. All right, senior parents.
All right, as we're looking at this, Becca, it's a tie game at 5. We've seen this back and forth a lot now. Ponte Vedra led by 3. Now we're back tied again. Let's talk through both teams. What are we looking at? Ponte Vedra, what are they talking about right now?
Ponte Vedra needs to stop Ryan Frechette. They're trying their hardest by face guarding her, but so far it hasn't worked. They're doing great, though, on the attacking end. Great ball movement, but Maddie Stevens is stopping them. They want to be able to get around Maddie Stevens. It looks like those bounce shots, those low shots were working, you know, encouraging your attackers to keep doing that. And, you know, you look at Bartram Trail, ball possession, good passes, you know, being on top of the ground balls like Margaret Detloff was there on that turnover. So ball possession is going to be huge for the Bears.
For Ponte Vedra, we've seen a lot of action both ends. They're getting the ball up the field. If you look at Maddie Stevens, I mean, what a whale of a first half. She's taken a lot of point-blank shots and has turned. This could easily be a completely different ball game if not for Maddie Stevens.
Yeah, she's definitely kept them in the game. You know, hopefully Bartram's defense will step up a little bit here. Less shot opportunities for Ponte Vedra, but you look at Maddie Stevens, like you said, she is stone cold. And again, a freshman like Frechette. So these freshmen are really showing up for Bartram Trail today.
We've seen a lot of the younger players shine so far. Frechette with 2 goals and assists. And she was quiet for the first 15 minutes of this game, and now all of a sudden she has turned it on here in the last few minutes. It's tied at 5.
Getting some coaching from Joe Fanning. Been in the game a long time, probably offering her some really great advice here.
Big draw coming up. We see Izzy DeFato going to the spot against Taylor Rocha this time. I haven't seen Rocha here.
Ponte Vedra trying to change it up, see if they can get that momentum back. They kind of gave it over to the Bears a little bit. Sometimes in girls lacrosse, you change who you have on the draw, and it changes the whole game.
They will lock sticks here with 7:06 to go here in the first half. It's been an exciting opening stanza of Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. Ball soars up, and this one is going to be controlled by Ponte Vedra. Sammy Lowinger races inside the 8 meters, shoots and scores.
Beautiful shot.
She did not waste any time on that one, did she?
Just like that, Ponte Vedra has the momentum back. That was a great shot by Ponte Vedra. A very fast break, like you said. She didn't waste any time on that one.
Bartram Trail's defense, as you look at this replay, did not get a chance to set up. She had a free path to the goal, and now with 6:56 to go, Ponte Vedra back on top. One of the things we've seen so far, they have never trailed. They have always kept that 1-2, that 1 goal advantage, and never let Bartram Trail get ahead so far. Lowinger with her 2nd goal now, 17 on the season. And we have a new score, 6-5 Sharks lead. 2 of the greatest attacking animals facing off today, Sharks and Bears. Oh my. Here we go. Draw control loose. Frechette battling for it. Does she come up with it? Great poke there by Lily Darnell, and it is going to give the Sharks the ball. Here comes Lowinger again. She slipped inside the 12 meters for a moment and pulled it back out. Ponte Vedra is going to reset here. 6:35 to go. Up top, this is Pearson Shuker. Near side to Taylor Rocha, who looked to shoot. Pulled it down, but she draws the shooting foul. She'll be on the edge of the 8-meter crease here.
Let's see if Stevens can come up big again for the Bears. Rocha with a great opportunity.
Taylor Rocha, 15 goals on the season. Looking for number 16, potentially right here. Races in, shoots. Doesn't get the shot off. The defensive Bartram Trail collapses on her to prevent her even getting the shot off. There was a foul, though. And she'll get another opportunity from the 8-meter spot. Clock rolling, 5:40 and counting here in the first half. Ponte Vedra 6, Bartram Trail 5. Rocha from the top, and a big save. Hannah Stevens playing like a woman possessed. 5 saves so far. She got that one off to go off, clang off the post, and now Ponte Vedra forced to reset again. 11 shots for the Sharks so far. All of them on goal. They're getting the shots on goal. It's just there's a young lady who's not letting them in. Near side, this is Katie Stout racing in. Shot. Guess what?
Maddie Stevens, yet again.
Maddie Stevens.
She's going to walk it out again, try to get that clear for the Bears. Coming up the field.
She walks it up outside the 12 meters. Looking deep. Throws it long into the other end, trying to find Frechette. Frechette battling it for it and cannot come up with it. Give Tori Bray credit for this, getting the steal for Ponte Vedra. Tara Belletti races inside the 12 meters, inside the 8, gets it slapped from behind, almost turns it over. There's a whistle. And it is a 3-second call on Bartram Trail. Everybody was, watch this last save. Look at Stevens. Got it over towards the post, and now we'll see if what Maddie has in store for us here with 3:55 remaining in the first half.
It was a great check by Margaret Detloff earlier. Unfortunately, the Bears couldn't come up with the ball. Ponte Vedra back with it.
Sharp
nice
shoot.
Save.
Rocha right into the net of Maddie Stevens. She has 7 saves in this first half. Here come the Bears. Racing up the field is DeFato. She slips through the double team. She draws a whistle. She'll get a free position. Here about 25 yards out, 3:20 and counting. Ponte Vedra leading by 1. The Bears have yet to lead. Marina Dean with it. They will slow it down. She waves everybody. Calm down. Relax. Gets everybody said. This is Maggie Bennett behind the goal now.
In games like this, you want to slow down your attack. You want to give them the best chance possible to score.
And
just
they
like
do.
that.
Maggie Bennett finds a cutting Izzy DeFato who nails it. Bennett with her first assist, 3rd goal for DeFato. A screen away from the ball, trying to free up Frechette. They shaded Frechette, and instead DeFato nails it home. We've got a tie ball game now.
That was beautiful ball movement by the Bartram Trail attack, and they're locking off Frechette, but Bartram Trail has other threats on that attack, like Izzy DeFato, like Maggie Bennett, Marina Dean, so I could easily see Ponte Vedra changing up their tactics here in the second half.
We are tied at 6. It's the 3rd tie tonight. And now DeFato will be back in the circle against Taylor Rocha. 6-6 your score, 2:53 to go first half. An exciting first half of action. We have not been hurting for action here. Ryan Frechette now with the ball. She races up into the offensive 3rd. Inside the 12 meters. It is loose. Frechette controls. Frechette now behind the goal is going to take her time.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Hard on the side.
We've got a horrible buzz.
Bartram Trail continuing to hold on to the ball. Looks like some off-ball movement here. Trying to get Frechette open.
Frechette gets isolated, 1-on-1, shoots and scores. You see that a lot in the NBA where you isolate one player, move it, get everybody out of the way. They did the same there. The double team came late, and Frechette makes them pay.
Yep, beautiful moves by Frechette. Like I said, great footwork, great stick control. Bartram Trail back on top.
Watch this replay. She just goes to work. Fake one way, came the other. The double team didn't get there nearly in time, and Frechette puts it away. Bartram Trail now with its first lead of the game. It is now 7-6. Our first lead change of the day. 2:18 to go in the first half, and the Sharks lead. Sharks trail now. I've gotten so used to saying it. Sharks trail now by 1. Bears have scored 5 of the last 6 in this one. Coming up at the half, we'll be back downstairs at the CSI Company's update desk. We'll have a feature interview with one of our friends from CSI, as well as recap of the first half.
Ponte Vedra there with the draw control, quickly moving it across the field.
They look up for Sammy Lowinger. She couldn't get the pass, or did she? She is The ball is loose. Who's going to come up with this one? Who's going to draw the whistle? Bartram Trail draws the whistle, and Ponte Vedra will go back on defense now. Minute 58 to go, first half. The Bears with all the momentum. Marina Dean racing up the field, shedding the Sharks. Slips through the double team, almost a triple team. There's a whistle. She'll get a reset here with a minute 46 to go in the first half. This is DeFato, the leading. She's got 3 goals. Frechette with 3 goals. Maggie Bennett behind the goal. She's got a goal and an assist so far. She slowly works it to the around the net, around the 8-meter crease.
Now under 2 minutes, which means the clock stops after every whistle.
The Bears are going to try to hold on to the ball here. They don't want to let Ponte Vedra get that momentum back before halftime. They're going to slow it
gets
down.
Doubled. Behind for DeFato. Izzy thought about racing to the goal. Minute 10 to go, 70 seconds left in the half. Frechette getting shadowed by everybody now. You hear Megan Jackowicz calling out plays. She gets doubled. Draws the contact. She'll get a foul. Not sure this is going to free her up too much. 56.1 seconds left in our opening half of Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. We've got a barn burner so far, 7-6. Frechette going one-on-one, shoots and scores. Frechette missed her first shot of the game, and since then, she hasn't missed.
Like I said, it's very unlikely that she misses. I'm sure she took that first miss to heart, and she wasn't going to let that happen again.
53 seconds left. Watch this. Racing in with a stick in her face and a defender as well. She slips it right past Courtney Roush, and it is 8-6. The Bears on a run, a 6-1 run. Ponte Vedra led 5-2 at one point. It's now 8-6. Bartram Trail has flipped the tables here thanks to Ryan Frechette's 4 goals.
In the span of 10 minutes, we really saw the game switch over. I really thought Ponte Vedra was in control, but looks like Bartram Trail wasn't going to let that happen.
DeFato in the spot. She's going up against Taylor Rocha. There's a whistle, and they're going to give possession awarded to Bartram Trail. 51.7 seconds left.
Early movement on the draw there by Ponte Vedra, a mistake you don't want to make in a game like this.
A big possession here, and an opportunity for Bartram Trail to really extend the difference here. Marina Dean bringing it up the field. She's now into the offensive third for Bartram Trail. Clock rolling under 40 seconds. She stays at the 12-meter, slips to the edge of the 8, gets double teamed, sheds it and gets it behind the goal. They swing it around to Maggie Bennett. Bennett looking, 25 seconds left. She can take her time. They set up the double screen. They find, oh, they had DeFato wide open underneath, and it is stolen away. Here come the Sharks. Can they get a goal here before halftime? 12 seconds left. This is Anna Taraboletti racing up the field, shot taken.
Oh, wow.
And Lowinger collides with Maddie Stevens racing after the ball.
That could have been a great opportunity for Ponte Vedra. Sometimes the ball just gets away from you like that, but that was beautiful ball movement by Ponte Vedra.
Maddie Stevens trying to showcase a little bit of the stick skills, and she will end the first half. She was fortunate to run out the clock right there. Wow. Great half by Maddie Stevens as her teammates come over to check on her. She took a tumble there to end the half. All right, there's Maddie Stevens. A whale of a first half for Maddie Stevens. 7 saves for the Bartram Trail goaltender. And you look at some of these highlights. DeFato with another goal, and Bartram Trail taking advantage of Ponte Vedra's mistakes. It's 8-6 at the half. Welcome back to Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. We're live at the CSI Company's update desk. I'm Joel Lamp, and it's halftime of Game 1. As Bartram Trail leads 8-6. Hello, everybody. Joel Lamp. I'm joined by Melissa Fulmore-Hardwick from the CSI Companies. And Melissa, it's great to have you here. A beautiful day. A little toasty down here.
It's a little hot, but it's certainly a great day to be out watching an amazing lacrosse game.
Our Q&A at halftime sponsored by Allison Ginder of Berkshire Realty. And Melissa, talk a little bit about CSI. You guys are the presenting sponsor of High School 912. Why is the partnership so important to the mission of CSI?
You know, CSI is very much involved in giving back to the youth in our community. We believe that we can make a powerful impact with our partnership with High School 912. And we all know sports is an integral part of helping to shape our young people's lives. And so we're thinking that with the structure, helping to form their personal lives, we can make a huge impact.
And on behalf of all of our friends at High School 912, we really do appreciate all that you guys do for the program. We're making a big impact in the community.
Yes.
With CSI moving its headquarters to a new location, how's the move coming, and what are some of the new advantages that you guys are going to have with the new digs?
Listen, we are super excited about this move. We move next month, so in about a week and a half. We're super excited. We basically outgrown our existing building, which is a good problem for us to have, and it certainly speaks to how far we've come. So we're excited about moving and having our own brand space in the community. I think it speaks to where we're going and the great work that we've done.
What's new with CSI? You guys have changed your logo up a little bit, but what else is new in 2021 for you guys?
You know, this year to date has certainly been probably one of the most exciting years at CSI. And as a new CIO in the company, I'm happy to be a part of the family. We've rebranded. We're moving into that new building. Like I said, we've even expanded some of our operations to the West Coast. And so our brand refresh is certainly going to be a big deal. It was inspired, of course, by our new building. And so we got a new logo, new building, new locations. We're just excited about breathing this breath of fresh air and a great place for our employees to experience that great work atmosphere, if you will. State of the art. So we're excited.
It's a great place. If you got to be somewhere, Jacksonville's not a bad place to be.
Hey.
And you guys have a great location, and we're excited to see all the great things you guys have in store coming in the future.
Thank you so much. This is a part of our culture, and we're excited to be here.
Melissa, thanks for joining us. When we return, we'll be back with halftime highlights. Lee and Becca will join me here at the desk. It is halftime of Game 1. Bartram Trail rolling. They lead 8-6 at the half. It's a toasty day here on the First Coast. Bartram Trail leading 8-6 here at halftime. Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. The Bears scoring 6 of the last 7 goals. Joel Lamp, Becca Molnarchuk, and Lee Rongenberg here with us at halftime. And guys, a great first half. Wild up and down play. Becca, we saw a great run by Bartram Trail to end the half.
Yeah, you really can't ask for a better game. You know, Bartram Trail, like I said, they've taken back the momentum, and if Ponte Vedra wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to fight against that.
Lee, this has been a showcase of 2 of the top teams, and they showed why in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the game was very crisply played, very good saves by the goalies. Basically, nothing to complain about at all. I think both coaches pretty much accomplished what they wanted to, and now it's who's going to be doing better when it comes to converting in the second half.
Ponte Vedra taking advantage of some scores there from the 8-meter area right here. Trish Balser with a big goal right there for Ponte Vedra. She comes up with another one right there, goes low with a little underhand scoop shot. And then this one, fighting off the defenders to get the goal. And that was riding high were the Sharks at this point. Now Bartram Trail coming back and answering. Great goal there. Then here she is again. Big time shot right there. These are the first 2 goals. Then it's the Ryan Frechette show. That one right there got her going. Then they find Maddie. Then here's another one from Frechette. She shoots, goes low and to the net side. Izzy DeFetto with another goal. She had 3 in the first half. And then it wouldn't be complete without one more Ryan Frechette goal. She had 4 goals in the first half. A quiet first half for Frechette, but now she leads Bartram Trail in a comeback. They were down 5-2. They now lead 8-6. As we come back, it'll be second half action here. Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. Welcome back to Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. You're looking at lacrosse legend Chris Bachlet joining us this afternoon. Great to have him here for our inaugural Rivalry on the River by Train. Great to see him out and about. Opening draw here, the second half. Ponte Vedra trying to get back in this one. And they trail 8-6. Anna Taraboletti on the draw. Ball is loose. It'll be out of bounds. And it'll be possession to Bartram Trail. The Bears picking up right where they left off. Ryan Frechette with it in space. She gets double teamed immediately. Now she's about to get triple teamed from behind. Nope. Spins out. Gets it near side. Goal line extended. This is Maggie Bennett. We saw a couple highlights of her at halftime. Bennett taking her time, slowly moving around. Now she gets harassed. Goes off the spin move. Stephanie Watson came racing after her. She slipped past her, and then there was a whistle. So let's see what happens here. Bennett with a free run to the goal will instead pass it near side to Izzy DeFetto. Back to Bennett. Bennett to DeFetto, who's just slowly trying to look. They roll Bennett back into the middle of the 8 meters. Double teamed immediately. Nice job there by Ponte Vedra as they rotate around. Marina Dean with it way out. Looking.
Bartram Trail in no hurry.
And why would you? You got a 2-goal lead 2 minutes into the second half. Aubrey Dean with it now. Getting a little pressure here by Trish Balser. Back out to her sister Marina.
This is something you'll see the Bears practice off season and during season, all season long, just holding on to the ball, making the defense work.
The possession here going to 2 minutes. Time of possession definitely in Bartram Trail's favor right now. Getting into the middle was DeFetto. She got inside the middle of the 8 meters. Draws the foul, it looks like. Not a great angle. Let's see what she does with it. We'll see if Courtney Roush can get her second save.
Looks like they gave her that second inside hash, better positioning.
They gave her a little bit better angle. She races in, goes low, bounces it, and scores. DeFetto with her 4th goal of the day. And it is a 9-6 Bartram Trail lead now. Watch this replay. Races in, goes to the net side of the goaltender, and it's 9-6 now. A great possession there for Bartram Trail. Runs 2:40 off the clock, extends the lead. It's now 9-6. DeFetto with 4 goals on the contest. She's now tied with Frechette for the team lead. Bartram Trail, 10 shots, 9 of them have found the back of the net. Ponte Vedra has 13 shots, but Maddie Stevens has gotten 7 saves thus far. All right. Big draw control opportunity right here for both teams. Ponte Vedra needs possession badly. They haven't had the ball in a while. And Anna Taraboletti gets the draw. Taraboletti goes in the offensive third. Let's see if they go quickly. Nope, they're going to slow it down and reset. Lowinger over near side to Katie Stout. They swing it around behind the goal. Pearson Shuker races to the back of the end zone and now works it all the way to the far side of the field. Find the cutter inside, shoot and score. Great pass by Taraboletti.
That was a great shot, so much power around it. She found that hole in the Bartram Trail defense. It doesn't happen often, so that was good on her to make good of that opportunity she had there.
Taylor Rocha skied for that one, got the shot. Great job to collect it and shoot it and score. Taraboletti with her first assist, Rocha with her first goal, and it's a 9-7 ball game. And just like that, it's a quick little turn of events. And just 21:47 left in this one, and we've got a 2-goal deficit again.
Ponte Vedra is not going to go down easy. They're going to give the Bears a fight here. This will be a really great game in the second half.
And that stops the bleeding. The last goal scored was when it was tied at 5 by Ponte Vedra. And guess who wins the draw control? Ryan Frechette. Who else? Frechette making her case for being player of the game. Also in the running is probably Izzy DeFato and our best friend Maddie Stevens.
Of course, can't leave her out of this either.
Dean races in, shoots, and no, they wave it off. They wave it off. The whistle before the goal. Believe she drew the shooting foul. The double cock. She got stopped there because of, watch this replay. I'm not sure that anybody was in the pathway there on the first shot. Maybe it was a crease violation. Not sure what happened there, but Ponte Vedra now gets the ball with 20:45 and counting now left in the ball game. Ponte Vedra gets a stop and they'll go on offense. This is Taraboletti bringing it up the field. Doing her best punt return.
Good block by Bartram Trail there. Oh, Ponte Vedra keeps possession though.
And that was Tori Balser that came up with that ground ball. Behind the goal is Sammy Lowinger. Lowinger pulls it all the way back out to Balser. They throw it around. Lowinger far side. This is Pearson Shuker. Shuker with one of the leading scorers. She's been quiet today. 15 goals on the season. She does not have one registered so far. She's going to try to get one here. Gets into the 8-meter, shoots and scores. Well, we said we hadn't heard from her, and by golly, she made Bartram Trail pay for that statement.
And that's a goal for Ponte Vedra.
Beautiful footwork through the defenders there. It looks like she split about 3 or 4 defenders to get through to the goal.
Look at that.
Beautiful shot.
Great shot. She splits the 3 defenders, and now it's a 1-goal game, 9-8 with 19:52 to go in regulation.
We've got a great game going on. Bartram
Looks like both teams are using the turf to their advantage. When you shoot, the ball hits differently and it has a greater bounce than it does on a normal field. And it looks like both teams have transitioned to bounce shots.
They have very well transitioned to that one quickly and efficiently. It's a 9-8 ball game. Ponte Vedra has scored 2 in a row to get back into this one. This has been a back and forth affair. So it's only fitting that Ponte Vedra makes a run. Big draw control right here, and it's even bigger for Ponte Vedra. Lowinger with the control. She gets it into the 12-meter, and then there's a whistle for shooting space. Lowinger with 2 goals already. She stands on the edge of the 8 meters. Will she take how fast will she take the shot, or will she pull it out? She's surrounded by Bears. Maddie Stevens stands stoically between the pipes. She races in, shoots, and scores. Lowinger with her third goal of the game, and we are tied. It's a whole new ball game.
For Ponte Vedra's number 3.
Our fourth tie of the ball game.
Lowinger.
Watch Lowinger here. Races in, shoots it against her body. Great shot that drew the defense one way, shoots it back the other, and it is now a tie game at 9.
Lowinger did a beautiful job boxing out those defenders there. Similar to what we've seen Frechette do. Ponte Vedra taking their own turn doing it, boxing out those defenders, having a clear shot at Maddie Stevens.
19-18 to go in this one. The Sharks and Bears are tied again at 9. We've played 31 minutes thus far, and we have resolved nothing. Here we go. Draw loose. Out near midfield, and Ponte Vedra with the third straight draw control. That's how they've gotten possession and back into this ball game. Lowinger races inside, shoots, and Maddie Stevens with another save.
Incredible speed by Lowinger there, trying to get the ball down into her end. Great momentum shifter for Ponte Vedra.
Ponte Vedra with possession again. This is Shuker. Near side Lowinger. They will work it around behind the goal. Looking for the cutter. Tried to find, was that Katie Stout or Tori Balzer? There's a whistle. Let's see. It was Tori Balzer who got the shot. Stevens got the save. They will give her a free position way outside there. Gives Maddie Stevens yet another save. Her 9th save of the game. The restart. Balser comes in, and another big save by Maddie Stevens. 10 saves in the game. She has been playing on her head today.
It's an incredible task by a goalie, and Maddie Stevens has definitely rose to the challenge today.
19 shots, 10 saves by the freshman goaltender for Bartram Trail. She's going to slowly bring it up, looking for somebody. Flings it deep, and she's got Marina Dean. Dean into the open field. Marina inside the 12. Looks, great passing, shoots and scores.
Beautiful ball move. That's something you practice every single day in practice. Coming down with the ball.
A little tic-tac-toe there by Bartram Trail. 3 quick passes results in a Sarah Valentino goal. Give Frechette her second assist to go with 4 goals. And Bartram Trail retakes the lead again, 10-9. Watch this. Dean racing up the field. Quick to Frechette. Back inside to a wide open Sarah Valentino. And that was as good as gold right there. Bears retake the lead. It's 10-9. Valentino, her first goal of the game. We'll now see DeFato in the circle for Bartram Trail. Ponte Vedra has won the last 3 draws. DeFato back in the spot to change that momentum. And Ponte Vedra says, no, we'll take it back. Here comes Lily Darnell.
Beautiful interception. Ryan Frechette just sticking her stick out there. Giving it back to Bartram. Oh, looks like we're going to have a foul here.
Frechette looked for a foul, steps out of bounds, and it'll be possession back to Ponte Vedra. The Sharks with it up the field. Dodges looked like, she got pushed out of bounds. Lowinger got pushed out of bounds by Chloe Pender. And that is why Lowinger will keep possession.
We're going to continue to see a chippy game here. Neither team wants to give an inch, and they're giving everything they have for their teams today.
Great work by our camera guys down there in the battle zone there at midfield. Ponte Vedra looking to tie it up. This is Shuker. She was looking for Katie Stout, who just mishandled that pass. There's a whistle away from the ball, I think. Surely couldn't have been at the ball. Lily Darnell has the ball down in the end zone behind the goal.
Looks like
16:50 and counting here. Ball moving around quickly here. The shot fake there by Trish Balser. I don't think she had any intent to shoot that one, but it was enough to draw the shooting foul.
Unfortunately, sometimes calls like that are very subjective, and the ruling is you have to have intent to shoot, and it's up to the ref's discretion on that one.
Balser with 1 goal so far. She's going one-on-one with Maddie Stevens. Shoots, and it goes wide. It goes wide. Now Maddie, with what she's done, her play so far, Stevens is now forcing them to find just minute spots. That one just went wide, and now it's a 10-9 ball game still. 16 minutes to go in regulation. Shuker inside, draws the shooting foul. Lily Darnell was inside the 8 meters. She draws the shooting foul. Nope, are they going to give it? They're going to give it back out to the 12 meters to Shuker.
That looked like a great stop by Bartram Trail, and again, just another subjective call.
1 goal game, almost halfway through the second half. Katie Stout, far side. Another whistle away from the ball as Trish Balser was starting to bring the ball back out to the top. She's on the edge. She's probably, I'll go with 10 meters.
I'd
out.
agree with that. Another 3 seconds call on the Bears.
Trish Balser between the 2 creases. Back out to her sister Tori. Back over. This is Shuker looking inside. Can't find anybody. Nobody cutting. They find a cutter. It was Darnell for a moment. Up top, it is Tori Balser. She draws the shooting foul there.
Great lax IQ there to draw the foul. Unfortunate as a defender, you get unlucky and you look up, and somehow the girl's right in front of you ready to shoot.
14:45 to go. Big shot coming out here by Tori Balser. She races in. Shot saved by Maddie Stevens. My goodness.
I think it'd be fair to call her Stonewall Stevens at this point.
No question. 11 saves on 21 shots. And possession is awarded to Bartram Trail on a whistle here with 14:24 to go in the half. Maddie Stevens, my goodness. If I'm a college coach, I want a copy of this game and show that this is a defensive clinic that Maddie Stevens has put on.
100%.
Marina Dean trying to do her best kickoff return. She races up the field. She's done 80 yards of running to get it in the offensive end. She passes to her sister Aubrey, who's going to slow it down and get everybody in check here on the Bartram Trail side. The Bears lead by 1, 13:45 and counting here in this second half. Izzy DeFato with it. Slowly walking to the goal line extended. She's now in the back in the end zone and taking her sweet time. Remember, that first possession that Bartram Trail had in this half was about 2.5 minutes. And what does DeFato do? She lulls everybody to sleep and scores.
Taking it by herself. Again, great lax IQ, like I said before, on both teams, watching your defender and seeing them relax for 2 seconds and taking advantage of that.
Watch this. DeFato race, gets this first step, goes past the defender, and goes to the far side. She goes to that side, and that'll bring us to our water break. 2-minute timeout here. Bartram Trail leads now 11-9. Izzy DeFato with 5 goals, and it gives the Bears an 11-9 lead as we head into the stretch run of this one.
The deadline for the high school 9-12.
Today's game, the Rivalry on the River, is brought to you by Train, the CSI Companies, Bono's Barbecue, FSCJ, and Duval Motor Company. We are back. It's Rivalry on the River, presented by Train, Joel Lamp and Becca Milarchek. Bartram Trail has pulled back ahead 11-9. There's Coach Megan Jakowick of the Bears. Her Bears had trailed at one point 5-2. They have surged to take an 11-9 lead now. We've had 4 ties and 1 lead change, and Bartram Trail is hoping that there is not another lead change today. Big draw control opportunity here. Ponte Vedra has won the last few of these, but not when Ryan Frichette's in there. Frichette with the control into the offensive third. Let's see if she goes to work by herself or if she's going to slow it down, and she'll pull it out. Let's see what happens here. We've seen her ISO by herself on one side and just go to work. Ponte Vedra, you can see everybody communicating, getting ready to bring help. Frichette looks in, and she draws the foul. Foul is on Eliza Lewin. Lewin has done a really good job of keeping Frichette quiet for the most part. Frichette didn't score till about 12 minutes to go in the first half. She got 4 there late in the half to get Bartram Trail back into this.
Not an easy job, and she's done a very, very good job.
Frichette races in, tried to get a shot off, and is denied. Great job by the defense there. And here come the Sharks. Tori Braid picks up the loose ball in the middle, and here come the Sharks. Can they race up the field and get a goal in transition? The long pole of Anna Tiraboletti gets in there. Shot was going to be taken by Trish Balser, and instead it will draw a shooting foul, and she will have a spot here 8 meters out. A little bit of a tough angle, and she's going against the brick wall that's better known as Maddie Stevens. Nice pass back out to Tiraboletti. They work it around this time. Megan Rollison. That's Lily Darnell over to Balser. Trish Balser. Inside, she finds a cutting Sammy Lowinger, who nails it.
Beautiful
That's a
shot.
goal for Ponte Vedra's number 3.
Finding that opening in the Bartram Trail defense, and just her and Maddie Stevens, and Ponte Vedra comes out on top on that one. A great shot, though.
Lowinger with her 4th goal. Watch this. Gets skies for the pass, threw her stick up, got the pass, collected, shoots, and scores. Her 4th goal of the game. Give the assist to Trish Balser, her first. And we've got an 11-10 game. 11:33 to go in regulation here.
And as a reminder,
Ponte Vedra is doing a great job of finding those Bartram Trail mistakes, and if they want to win this game, I think they're going to have to continue to do that. Capitalize on Bartram's mistakes and keep the goals coming.
So now, Bartram Trail finally got a draw control just a moment ago. We've seen Ponte Vedra win 4 of the last 5. Big opportunity for both teams here. This one's loose. Into the offensive third. It's loose. Great job by the Ponte Vedra defense. They win the draw. Lowinger races up the field. She's into the offensive third. She'll pull it behind the net and reset the Shark offense, trying to tie this one up. Inside, Tiraboletti shoots and scores. Give Tiraboletti her first goal of the game. Give the assist to Lowinger.
All over the scoreboard right
It's a great goal, and Bartram Trail's defense looked tired on that one. In a game like this, when it's back and forth, it's going to come down to the last 10 minutes. Who has the most heart? Who's going to continue to fight for their team? And fortunately, Bartram looked tired on that one, and Ponte Vedra was not going to let it slip by.
Tiraboletti with her first goal, and we've got a new ball game. 11 all with 11 minutes and 11 seconds left in regulation here. We've got miles to go now before we are done with this one. A whale of a game. Both teams have faced a little bit of adversity in this one and answered. Now we've got a whole new ball game. Ball is loose on the draw control. Another draw control to Ponte Vedra. They've gotten 5 of the last 6. Bringing it up is Trish Balser. They get it near side. This is Lowinger. Lowinger's got 4 goals already on the day. They swing it around behind the goal. Taylor Rocha. Rocha got stopped. Comes back in, gets triple team. Passes it out. It's a loose ball, and it's stolen away by Bartram Trail. Aubrey Dean with the steal. Can she get it clear? Loose ball at midfield again. And Ponte Vedra's midfield wins a big point for the moment. Ball is still loose. Bodies flying on the field. We're going to get possession awarded to Ponte Vedra as Megan Rollison was hustling after it. The official ruling possession. 10-15 and counting. Rollison now starts it back in. This is Shuker. Moving it around. This is back to Shuker. Near side. This is Megan Rollison. Inside was Balser. Trish Balser pulls it back outside the 12-meter box. And Shuker will bring it over to the near far side.
Same thing we saw Bartram Trail do earlier. Ponte Vedra's attack is doing now, just slowing it down, trying to tire out that defense, get that best opportunity for a goal.
Trying to catch them napping here. Tie game at 11, 9:35 and counting left in regulation here. Inside the 8 meters. They look, they couldn't get a shot. This is Tara Belletti. She just scored a minute ago. Finds it to Lowinger. Lowinger is stoned by Maddie Stevens. Oh my, Lowinger thought she had put that one in the back of the net. And Maddie Stevens with her 12th stop of the game. Watch this replay. Lowinger shot right into the net. Wow, she just swallowed that one up.
If you're Maddie Stevens, you can't dream of a game as good as what she's playing right now. Incredible work by her in the crease for the Bears.
This is Izzy DeFato racing up inside the 12, inside the 8. She shoots, goes low. It will slip out of bounds, and it will stay with Bartram. 8:45 and counting. We've got a tie game at 11 here.
That was a good chase by Maggie Bennett to hold on to the ball for the Bears, slowing it down on their attack.
Back on the attack, here's Ryan Frechette. We hadn't said her name in a little while, probably because Bartram Trail hadn't had the ball. Frechette goes top shelf, and she finishes that one off. Goal number 5 for Frechette. Usually when we haven't said her name in a while, she usually makes Ponte Vedra pay.
I think she's listening to us. She can hear us up here.
she's got her earbuds in. Frechette with 5 goals, 2 assists, and she gives Bartram Trail the lead once again. We've had 5 ties and 1 lead change. We've got a timeout on the field. Bartram Trail is going to call a timeout here. Frechette races in, goes up top. Fires that one home. All right. A timeout called by Bartram Trail. We've got a little bit of a time here to talk. If you're Bartram Trail, you've gotten the big thing coming out of this is you got to find a way to get more competitive in that draw control.
Yes.
Like 3 ground balls.
Yeah.
Right? You've got to secure them for me.
Coach Jackwick giving some advice to Ryan Frechette, just telling her to have control of that ball, to be on top of the ball.
Let's listen in to Coach Jackwick during the huddle here.
Our lanes on our clears, okay? We cannot keep running at 3 different girls.
Yeah, girls,
Okay,
hey.
all we want to do is run at them, okay?
I know, and
you run at them and boom.
I know you're
Okay.
tired, but all of you
Don't run
guys,
at 'em.
all of you guys trot it out.
Take-
All of
take
you
it
guys
around.
trot it out. All right? You
Find
guys,
the open girl.
you guys got to break hard. You got to break hard.
Good
Okay?
job.
Who wants it more? Leave it all out on the field. All right? Name of the game is possession. Name of the game is possession. If you can't get down low, where is she? All right? If she's too high, then you get down low and help Maggie. All right? Ryan, keep working the crease like you are. All right? But let's get it down low. Let's possess that ball. Possess that ball. Look for opportunities. I do want to see a twin. I do want to see a line if we have that opportunity. Be prepared for Bear 1. Be prepared for Bear 2. All right? Defense, you're playing your game beautifully. All right? Getting out of that shoes. If they're getting frustrated, then to pass. All right, right? Just keep playing your game. Keep playing your game. All right? Take a deep breath in. Out. Ground balls. Ground balls are going to be the difference of this game. All right? We got to come up with more. Who wants them more? Over there, we didn't go after it. We didn't even go after it. Don't run into the double team. All right? Don't run into the double team. Clear yourself away. All right? Next one. Next play. 8 minutes. Finish this game.
All right. We heard from Megan Jackwick. What do you take away from that, Becca?
Like I said earlier, the biggest thing for this team is they have to continue with the heart. And I know, as a product of her coaching, I know that she's coached them to work hard and go to the last second here. And the attack has to keep producing, like she says, that different people have to keep helping out. And unfortunately, the attack is missing number 13, Leighton Payne, out with an ACL injury. So that limits them a little bit to their options. But with the ones that they have right now, continue to use them all.
You mentioned Leighton Payne. She's a Kennesaw State commitment. She's a player who's got the potential to score 50 to 60 goals, but is out for the year with a torn ACL.
Yeah, big loss for Bartram, but she'll be back strong for her senior season. So it'll be interesting to see what happens for the Bears next year.
Well, you throw another 50 to 60 goals with the 2,000 that Frechette's scoring this season, and you've got a potent offense. All right, draw control about to come up. We'll see Tara Belletti go to the spot. She'll be going up against Izzy DeFato. DeFato with 5 goals. Frechette with 5 goals. Valentino and Maggie Bennett both with the goal each. The scoring for Bartram Trail. A lot of people have been on the scoreboard for Ponte Vedra. Lowinger with 4. Tori Balser with 2. Taylor Rocha, Pearson Shuker, Katie Stout, Trish Balser, and Anna Taraboletti all have a goal apiece. It's 12-11. 8:26 to go in this opener of a quadruple header of girls lacrosse, or of lacrosse today. First 2 games showcasing the best in girls lacrosse, the nightcap, and the boys. Dangerous pass across the middle as Bartram Trail tried to control the draw, and instead Ponte Vedra's going to get it. Sammy Lowinger with it now. Racing up the field, the Sharks trail by 1 with 8 minutes to go. She gets it to the edge of the 12. Behind the goal, we'll see Taylor Rocha this time. Pearson Shuker near side. This is Trish Balser.
You have to assume in that huddle for Ponte Vedra, I think they were saying the same exact things that Bartram Trail was saying. They've been playing such a similar game on both ends, and it's using all of your attack members, which Ponte Vedra has done a great job of this game.
Pearson Shuker drove through the middle for a moment. The defense did not allow her an open area. She pulls it back out. Trish Balser draws the whistle on the shot. Potential shot at least. 7:20 to go in this one. Trish with it. Shoots and scores. Boy, Maddie Stevens thought she had another one, didn't she?
That's where that turf is tricky, and again, Ponte Vedra used that to their advantage. When you hit the turf like that as a goalie, you don't know where it's going to go. It can take any kind of crazy bounce, so that was a great shot, using the turf to your advantage and getting that goal to tie up the game.
Trish Balser with her 2nd goal. It is the 6th tie of the ball game. Watch the replay here.
That was a goal by Ponte Vedra's number 8.
Or that's what got us into the shooting situation. And then Balser puts it home. We're tied at 12 now. A whole new ball game again. 6th tie of the ball game. $7:12 remaining now. Anxious moments here at Jane Grove Stadium. An instant classic here in this first game of Rivalry on the River.
Looks like we're going to have a redraw. Doesn't look like the ball went high enough. It has to go above both players for it to be a legal draw. So we'll have a redraw in the circle.
We'll get the redraw here. Big possession coming up for whoever wins this draw. This has been an area that Ponte Vedra has excelled at in this half. Instead, DeFato had it for a moment. She gets the whistle and will get possession. Clock rolling now, less than 7 to go. Tied at 12. Izzy DeFato races into, I say race. It looked like she was going to race. Now she just casually saunters into the offensive third. And now she will pull it down, just like Coach Jakowick talked about. Get it down low and go to work. You've got DeFato, who's got 5 goals. You've got Frechette, who's got 5 goals.
Seems to be the bread and butter of Bartram Trail's attack today. Slow it down, move it around. You find that perfect goal every time.
Marina Dean with it, way out. goal line extended. Now she's back behind the goal. Ponte Vedra denying all the passing outlets. This is Maggie Bennett behind the goal. Look for, let's see if they set up the screen here. Yep, watch this. Here comes the screen for Frechette. They roll both to the goal. Neither one are open on that one. They'll reset it again. 5:50 and counting. This possession just eating up clock here. DeFato with it behind the goal, looking for Frechette, who tried to make a cut to the goal. Slowing it down. Here comes the screen. Frechette denies it. They look for something on the opposite side. DeFato tried to go on. Now here comes the double team. They get it back out to Marina Dean. Marina inside the 8. Will draw the foul, shoots. There is looked like there was going to be a penalty. Let's see, does she get the shooting foul?
It looks like she does. She'll take it at the center hash, get the ball back.
She does. 5 minutes left here. Marina Dean, she has an assist on the game, 37 goals on the season, looking for number 38. Courtney Roush standing between the pipes for Ponte Vedra. Shot, score. Marina Dean with her first goal, and it couldn't be any bigger.
See that Bartram Trail sideline absolutely explode with excitement for their teammates. Marina Dean didn't waver, didn't shake, completely confident on that goal, put the Bears back on top. We're going to be hearing a lot of back and forth for the rest of the game.
Marina went right between the legs of Courtney Roush, and now the Bears go back on top, 13-12. They trailed 5-2 early. They tied it at 5, fell behind 6-5. So the last time Ponte Vedra led was probably about midway through the first half when it was 6-5. Since then, Bartram Trail has always been able to hold just a slight edge the rest of the way.
If there's any lacrosse fans out there, the 2016 Girls Lacrosse State Championship, Bartram Trail, Vero Beach, very similar game. Bartram Trail did not give up the lead the whole game, went into overtime. Bartram Trail came out on top. Vero Beach, just like Ponte Vedra today, gave them a fight the whole entire game, so I don't expect to see any difference from Ponte Vedra.
4 minutes, 44 seconds left in regulation. Both coaches have a chat with the official. We get set. This is just game 1 of 4. We've got an exciting afternoon of lacrosse set for you all day. Watch everywhere you go, though. Today, you can follow the Rivalry on the River. Download the app. Newsforjacks.com. Search for WJXT. All right. Huge draw here if you're Ponte Vedra. And they have had a lot of opportunities off the draw. Boy, you can tell every little muscle is just tense right now between those two. The draw is controlled by Sammy Lowinger. She gets the draw, and now the Sharks go on the offense. 4:30 and counting. Ponte Vedra trailing by 1. No time to rush yet. Still got plenty of time. This is Pearson Shuker. Near side to Taraboletti. They work it around the horn. Looking inside, nothing there. They find a cutting Lowinger. Lowinger among a sea of Bears, and the Shark gets swallowed by the Bear.
That was a great stop by the Bartram Trail defense, literally swallowing her up. Maddie Stevens now on the clear. Looks like we might have a timeout, stoppage of play.
There's a whistle about 40 yards away from the ball. There. Offside on Bartram Trail. Will give it back to Ponte Vedra.
That's killer. Bartram Trail, after a great stop like that, had the momentum for a second. You can't make mistakes like that in a game like this.
A huge opportunity now for Ponte Vedra. They've taken advantage of a lot of Bartram Trail mistakes here, and Taraboletti will get it started here again. Working it around. Slow, patient Pearson Shuker. Looking inside. Oh, she had the cutter. And there's a whistle away from the ball again. A 3-second violation on Bartram Trail. They're going to get it at the Ponte Vedra will have it at the 12-meter. Maybe just outside the 12-meter. This will be Shuker starting it back up. All the way far side. That's Katie Stout out there on the perimeter. Stout with it. Back around to Tori Balser.
Another shooting space call against the Bear defense there. Great opportunity for Ponte Vedra.
Katie Stout will have it at the 12-meter box. Or the 8. 2:50 and counting. The shot slips past Maggie Stevens. Give the goal to Katie Stout, her second. Not much that Maddie Stevens could do there. 2:48 to go. And guess what? We've got a tie ball game. Watch this replay. She went low, got the hop.
Yeah, that was a great goal. Like you said, nothing Maddie Stevens could have done on that one. Unlucky on her part, but amazing by Katie Stout.
And more importantly, she went to the post side to get the goal. Now we've got a tie game at 13. 7th tie of the ball game. A massive draw control coming up here with 2:48 to go. Between games, we'll get the winning coach to talk a little bit about this one. This one, though, still in doubt. Tied at 13. Possession. And Sammy Lowinger gets called for a 2-minute penalty here. A yellow card with 2:45 to go. Bartram Trail now with a huge piece of momentum.
That's something you hate to see as a fan of the game. You know, both players going so hard. He did call those offsetting fouls and then giving Ponte Vedra the yellow card. Unfortunate situation for the Sharks.
Black. And as soon as I blew my whistle, she shoved the player to the ground. Dangerous contact on white, number 3, and number 3 is disqualified from the match.
Sammy doesn't push. She doesn't have another 3.
I was just boxing out, sure.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You gotta stay there.
You heard from the officials. She has been disqualified from the match. That's her.
That is White's fourth yellow card. They will play down the man the rest of the match.
Their 4th yellow card of the match. They are down a man the rest of the match. 2:45 to go, and that call DQs Lowinger in a massive turn of events.
Wow. Yeah, that's something you hate to see. Again, as a fan, and I feel for Sammy Lowinger, that's probably one of the worst feelings in the world. You're playing so hard for your team, and it hurts.
Well, now the Sharks are going to play shorthanded the rest of the way. Can they get an extra person opportunity? They started the clock a few seconds early there. They'll reset the clock to 2:45.
Never say never for the Sharks here, even though they're man down. Again, back to that 2016 state championship game, Bartram Trail man down, scored that game-winning goal man down. So never say never.
Marina Dean with it on the offensive third. She now takes it behind the goal, and we've seen this is where they have been so deadly all day today. Behind the goal. They work it back around up top. They are very slow. Chloe Pender. Well, the power play really is the rest of the game now at this point. They're going to play a man up for Bartram Trail the rest of the way.
Correct. So they have the time, they have the space. They're going to slow it down like they're doing, spread it out. That perfect opportunity will hopefully be that game-winning goal for them.
Marina Dean with it. Bartram Trail can take their time here. It's a tie game at 13, a minute 40 to go. Marina Dean, she has a goal and assist already. She throws it over to Izzy DeFato.
If you're Bartram Trail, you're waiting for the Ponte Vedra, just like that, the Ponte Vedra defense to come out on you, capitalize on the mistake.
This is...
Looks like back on that lock off to Ryan Frechette again. Don't want to let her get that game-winning goal.
They are trying to keep wall off Frechette. This is Marina Dean with it at the 12 meters. Frechette trying to get a screen. Dean goes into the 8 meter and will pull it back out. They're trying to set a screen way away from the ball to get Frechette open, and they are not buying it from the Ponte Vedra side.
If I'm Ponte Vedra on defense right now, you're putting all of your players out on their attackers, face guarding all of them. You don't want to allow them to just walk around with the ball like this.
The double comes. Marina Dean with it, spins, gets stopped. Now it's back. Maggie Bennett with it.
If I'm Ryan Frechette, I'm going to work, but I'm not going to draw my extra defender to the ball. I'm going to stay in the corner. If that chance comes that my defender gets lazy, I'm going to take that opportunity. But for right now, I'm staying away from the ball. I don't want to double team on the ball.
If you look at this, do you work her off a screen? We saw him try to set a screen away from with DeFato and Frechette.
Yeah, that would be good for the Bears. Again, only off ball and far away from the ball. You don't want to draw your defender to the ball.
Maggie Bennett will have it 8 meters, it looks like. She will have it at the 8 meter spot. 44.1 seconds left. Races in, shot and a save by Courtney Roush. Her second save of the day comes at a massive time.
Beautiful save by Roush there on that goal, on that shot by Bennett. Unfortunately for Bennett, you know, this season she's had some great games and some games where the shot placement hasn't been the best. So unfortunate for her, but great save by the Ponte Vedra goalie.
29.4 seconds left in this one. Ponte Vedra calls timeout.
Sorry. Come in tight.
29.4 seconds left. You heard Coach Conway. This is a huge opportunity here.
Can we do that? Mel, can we do that?
Let's look in.
Can we get Anna the ball? Eliza had it right there.
Yeah, they won't know.
Yeah, free moving. Yeah, it's free moving. So Anna, you go in and you take a deep breath.
All right. If you're Bartram Trail, you're in a tie game. You've got the extra person. You know that they're going to be racing the ball up the field. What do?
You play smart. That's what you do. You don't want to lose the advantage that you have, that you're man up. You want to play smart. You want to be sticks up, hoping for that interception.
Ladies, next time we have an 8 meter free position, can somebody try to get to a shoulder? Okay, all you did was just go, okay, I'm just going to walk in. Nobody looked for a shoulder, nobody looked for anything. Okay?
Okay, let's get this ball back and we gotta go. Let's get this ball back. They get it under, okay? Hey, defense, just hold them, all right? We gotta hold them. You got this, all right? Heart and grit. Everything you got to get this ball back under control, all right? Take a deep breath in. Out. The reason why I only want one on it is because they're man down. Oh, actually, so we can double. Lock off and double. Do we want Marina and Ryan on the ball? Marina and Ryan.
Marina, let's go.
All right, hey, look at me. Positive, all right? We're in this, all right? Your attack.
29.4 seconds left. You heard what Coach Jackwick had to say. Big opportunity. They're now going to, with the man advantage, double a little bit to create that pressure to prevent them just bringing the ball up the field easily.
Yeah, and you hear Ryan Frechette to Marina Dean. She said, let's go. Again, with that heart and grit that Coach Meg has instilled in them, the Sharks are going to have a battle from Bartram Trail on this movement to their attacking end here. Bartram's not going to go down easy and let them walk down the field with it.
So Ponte Vedra gets the ball. They are a man down in a tie ball game at 13. They have not led since it was 6-5 midway through the first half. The Sharks killed off a penalty opportunity. They will be a man down though the rest of the game. So they now have to go the length of the field in 29.4 seconds.
Let's go Sharks! Come on, Anna!
And are trying to snag their 8th win of the year. And a man down. trying to get the shorthanded goal. This is Anna Taraboletti. She will come up the sideline and gets it past midfield. 23 seconds left. She's now in the offensive third with 20 seconds left. She gets to the 12-meter box with 16. Behind the goal, it's Taylor Roca. Roca back around up top. This is Pearson Shuker. Shuker with 7, 6, 5. They've got to shoot. Nobody's shooting. The race inside. It was Tori Balser. She draws the foul. The clock says 0.
Since there was a penalty before the clock stopped, I believe they have to honor that. So they'll have to give her a chance. I don't know if she was on the 8-meter, though, for a shot.
They are looking. The referees look at each other. They want 2 seconds back on the clock. 2 seconds on the clock here. And it looks like Tori Balser will have one chance here to end it in regulation.
So I believe in lacrosse, I can't be wrong, but it's different than basketball. If you shoot before those 2 seconds are up and it goes in basketball, it counts. I don't believe it counts in girls lacrosse.
It's gotta be, I'm pretty sure I'm with you. You've got to get it in the net before the horn sounds. 2 seconds left in regulation. Tori Balser with 2 goals so far. She winds up shot. Maddie Stevens eats it up, and that will send this to overtime. Maddie Stevens with her 13th save on the 27th Ponte Vedra shot.
Headed to overtime in this first
overtime in our first game. Well,
I don't know if I would have expected anything different. I could have guessed this game was going to go into overtime.
We're going to take a break and get you set for overtime here in the opener of Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. Rivalry on the River is brought to you in part by Train, the CSI Company, Bono's Barbecue, FSCJ, and Duval Motor Company. You are looking at the Ponte Vedra bench. Head coach Jen Conway talking to her team here in this 5-minute little recess between regulation and overtime. Her team comes back to tie it and force an extra period, playing a man down the final 2:45 of regulation. Joel Lamp and Becca Malarchek. I'm pretty proud of myself for getting your name right all day. Becca, this has been a classic back and forth game. Neither team has really surged ahead to a point where they've had it out of reach, and it's been an amazing comeback. Yep. It's been a 1 to 2 goal game the whole time. Let's look at our regulation stats at the end of regulation here. If you look at our stats provided to us by our friends at FSCJ, Ponte Vedra has gotten more shots, 27 to 15, but man, the saves have been all over the place. Bartram Trail with 8, Ponte Vedra with just 2. But that second one, though, by Courtney Roush was the biggest one.
Correct. Yep. Big save there by Courtney Roush on the Sharks. And you look at these stats, but I mean, this game has just been incredible. You know, unfortunately with the yellow cards, it hurts Ponte Vedra. It does. I believe the man down will carry over into overtime, so that's going to hurt them. But like I said before, never say never. You know, this team has been fighting the whole game. I don't expect it to stop.
And they still got a decent look there at the buzzer there to get it. That second save we mentioned by Courtney Roush, that came with 35 seconds left in regulation. Her second save of the game preserved the tie and sends us to overtime. Bartram trailed 5-2. They came back and answered, tied it at 5. The last time Ponte Vedra led was 6-5 midway through the first half. Bartram Trail tied it at 6. They went on a huge run there. After trailing 5-2, they went on a 7-1 run. They led 9-6 at one point before Ponte Vedra made some changes in the midfield, especially at the draw, and started controlling all the draws and flipped the game. And they came back, tied it at 9. We've been tied at 11, 12, and 13. Back and forth we go. If you're joining us and expecting Episcopal and St. Augustine girls, well, you're going to have to wait a few minutes. We're going to have a 10-minute break between games, and we will come back with that game immediately following the conclusion of this one. We get set for overtime here. Tied at 13. All right, Becca, talk us through overtime. How does this work? How does this look and feel now for the two teams?
Yeah, so, I mean, if I'm in the huddle for either of these two teams, it's high intensity. You're trying to hype your teammates up. This is it. You know, this for them is like their state championship. Again, two of the biggest powerhouses, they don't want to lose. So they're hyping each other up. They're saying, you know, you have a couple minutes here, give it everything that you've got. But with that, you have to be smart. Any mistake here could be crucial and the game could end.
Sudden death overtime. First goal will win this one. 3-minute period.
All right, fans, get on your feet. Here we go to overtime here at Rivalry on the River, presented by Train.
The crowd is on its feet here.
Overtime, and remember, first goal wins.
Sudden death overtime. We see Izzy DeFato. She's got 5 goals for Bartram Trail. She'll head to the face-off spot. Joining her will be Anna Taraboletti for Ponte Vedra.
If you're Joe Fanning right now on the sidelines, you're rubbing that state championship ring. You're hoping it'll give you some luck. On the Ponte Vedra sidelines, you're hoping that this battle is going to be worth it and you're going to come out on top.
A big face-off right here. Our CFX Office Solutions face-off of the game right here to start overtime. Tied at 13. First goal will win it here. Boy, you could, if you stuck a lump of coal between those two sticks, you'd have had a diamond right there.
Yep.
Anxious moments here. Overtime, tied at 13. Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. Thanks for joining us here on our network of stations. And Ponte Vedra controls. Trish Balzer into the offensive third. The Sharks will have the first chance to end it. Up top, this is Anna Taraboletti. Near side, Pearson Shuker. Behind the goal, working it around. This is Taylor Rocha. Rocha looking for a cutter, nothing there. Megan Rollison back out to Trish Balzer. She's got 2 goals. She tried to get in the 8 meters. They shut that down quickly. Shuker over to the far side. Balzer gets inside the 8 meter, thought about the shot, pulled it back out. Nice job by the Bears shutting down the alley again. Balzer near side to Pearson Shuker. You can hear the sidelines, both sidelines, yelling instructions. Under 2 minutes now left in this first overtime. Katie Stout to the goal line far side to Taraboletti. Back around. This is Trish Balzer. Shakes off the one bump. Got to the 8 meter, pulled it back out. There's going to be a penalty. She's just going to get it's just a foul. Common foul, just to reset here with a $1:38 left in this first overtime. Is she going to be able to use this to get a step and get inside the 8 meter for a shot? She tries, it's shut down. She finds a cutter, shot, score!
Wow.
Katie Stout with the game winner.
Amazing fight by Ponte Vedra the whole entire game. And just an amazing goal by Katie Stout to finish it off. Wow.
Katie Stout with her 3rd goal of the game. A heartbreaking end for Bartram Trail, a game that they had controlled since midway through the first half. Ponte Vedra takes home the W. Watch the replay. She's got a great snag and was able to get it just in time to get enough on it and throw it in the back of the net past Maddie Stevens. An amazing goal. Stout with her 3rd goal of the game winner here in overtime for Ponte Vedra. An amazing finish here to our first game of Rivalry on the River. Becca, what a game.
That's I mean, unless you're Bartram Trail at this point, you can't ask for anything better. That was an amazing game, amazing finish. And, these teams are going to see each other again. And on the road to the state championship, they'll see each other again. So it'll be interesting to see.
You see the Sharks celebrating the big win there. Coming back, trailing man down the whole last 3 minutes and overtime. And they sneak out with a 14-13 win. Wow, what a finish there. What an exciting start to our day of lacrosse action. Game 1 in the books. When we come back, it'll be me and Lee Roggenberg downstairs, and we'll get you set for Game 2. An amazing battle between the two rivals. The two top programs, and the First Coast showed why. Ryan Frechette, a game effort from her, 5 goals. But it was not enough as Ponte Vedra comes home with a 14-13 win in overtime.
Features Episcopal versus St.
We are back. It's Rivalry on the River presented by Train. Ponte Vedra comes from behind in overtime to pick up a win over their arch rivals, Bartram Trail, 14-13. Hello, everybody. Joel Lamp, Lee Roggenberg, and Trish Balzer, the MVP of the game for the victorious Ponte Vedra Sharks. Trish, great game. Amazing comeback, and then you throw one of the best passes of the day and get the game-winning assist. Amazing that you were down a man the whole last 3 minutes. You get the stop. Talk about those last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like as a team, we just came together on our last game. So we were coming into this game, we were very confident, but it was really a team effort, keeping the energy up. Our sideline was insane, and all of us just believed in each other. So we really worked together, and that's what won us the game.
Lee, this was an instant classic, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought that in the second half it was sort of which team could sort of put their will on the game at the end. I noticed that Ponte Vedra seemed to use their height to very effective use on the offensive end, and versus Bartram being able to sort of do a lot of dodging and quickness and getting past the defenders. And in the end, it's a player making a key play at a key time.
Trish, what were you seeing on that last play when you saw that when you threw the pass in?
Well, I was really nervous. I was like, she better catch this. Like, I'm so nervous to throw it. But I was just like, catch, shoot, and then we scored, and it was the best feeling ever. Like, I'm still on that high right now.
Oh, you'll be on that high for a while.
Exactly.
You're going to be on that high for a while. An amazing win. Let's bring in Coach Jim Conway here. And, Coach, come on in. Okay. Come on in. Join us. Yes. It's live TV. You guys came out second half. You were trailing, and then you pick up. You get a great job of kind of keeping everything calm, and then you're down 3, and you come back and tie the game, and it's back and forth the whole second half.
I think a lot of the times we just tell them one goal at a time. Don't look too far ahead. It's one goal at a time. Breathe. Take your time. Because there was a lot of time still on the clock. So don't force it. So they did a great job. They executed well today.
That was awesome finish. Congratulations, ladies. Great win. That was a great win. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, when we return, it'll be Game 2 of Rivalry on the River. Episcopal and St. Augustine set to face off here at Jane Grove Stadium. We are back at Rivalry on the River, presented by Train. Game 1 in the books. Bartram Trail falls to Ponte Vedra 14-13. Joel Lamp and Lee Roggenberg here. And Lee, an amazing effort by both teams there that got us provided us an amazing start to 4 great games of lacrosse we're expecting today.
Well, you think about it, we have 2 of the best programs in the state. We have a state champion from, I believe, 2016 and a state runner-up from 2015 that just played. They play club together in the summer. They know each other very well. Tendencies are very difficult to game plan against. There's those little things that add up. And, you know, as we mentioned before, a lot of times it just comes down to a star player making a key play at a key point in time, and that's what basically happened.
Let's go to our goal of the game. And there's only one goal of the game that should be our U.S. Assure shot of the game right here. The game winner in overtime. Look at Katie celebrating, getting the win, mobbed by her teammates after an amazing shot to get that game winner for Ponte Vedra. The Sharks win 14-13. Then our save of the game, right here, our one-call save of the game. It's the last one. It's the save that sent us to overtime. Courtney Roush denying Marina Dean, and that sent us to overtime. An amazing first game with Bartram Trail falling to Ponte Vedra 14-13. And our face-off of the game, it had to be the opening draw, our CFX Office Technology face-off of the game. It was the opening one of overtime. Ponte Vedra battling it out. They snagged control at midfield, and that was the last time Bartram Trail saw the ball in the game. And Lee, we get set for game 2. 2 of the rising powers now in girls lacrosse. We had the 2 perennial powers. Now we got the 2 rising powers. St. Augustine, led by a strong group of sophomores, and Episcopal, who's got a very young core that's ready to play.
You know, these are the types of games that, as you're building a program, you use them as a measuring stick. You know that you have something in front of you, like the previous game, that you're shooting for. But the teams that are sort of at your level rising at the same time, that's your competition level to start with. And then over time, you see just how much you rise.
When we come back, it'll be the opening draw, Episcopal and St. Augustine. Coming up next, it's Rivalry on the River presented by Train. Game 2 coming up here live from Jane Gross Stadium. We'll be back in just a moment.